The Siege of Alesia, How Rome Broke the Soul of Gaul, 52 BC. Prologue. The Shadow of Rome. As the ancient world slipped toward dusk, Rome advanced, not as a horde, not as a storm, but as a machine. Iron-shod legions marched in measured silence, shields locking, banners cutting the air like blades. Every step was rehearsed, every halt precise. Rome no longer conquered through fury alone. It conquered through patience, calculation, and inevitability. Ahead lay Gaul, a land of deep forests and winding rivers, of proud tribes and ancient grudges. Its warriors were fearless but fractured. Clan stood apart from clan. Honor mattered more than unity. Rome saw this clearly, and Rome exploited it. Until, suddenly, everything changed. In a single year, the tribes of Gaul did what they never had before. They became one, and that unity had a name. Chapter 1. The Man Who United. Gaul Vercingetorix rose from the highlands of the Arverni, tall, commanding, unmistakable. His armor bore scars of battle and lineage, polished by nobility, worn by war. His father had dared to reach too high and was destroyed for it. From that legacy came restraint and an iron resolve. As Roman columns advanced, Vercingetorix moved faster. Through valleys and forests, across rivers and borders, he spoke a single truth. Gaul would fall divided, or survive together. Villages swore allegiance. Spears rose in unison. Old feuds were buried beneath a greater threat. For the first time, Gaul was no longer many peoples. It was a nation in motion. From distant ridges, Roman scouts watched uneasy. Chapter 2. Caesar's War Machine. Julius Caesar observed it all with cold clarity. His army was outnumbered, but it did not matter. Rome did not rely on numbers. It relied on structure, on discipline, on absolute control. Legions moved as a single body. Shields became walls. Camps became fortresses overnight. Roads cut through wilderness as if the land itself were surrendering. The Gauls answered with fire. Fields burned, granaries emptied. Smoke darkened the sky as famine spread like a second army. Roman supply lines stretched thin. Winter approached, pressure mounted. Both sides were being drawn toward a final reckoning. Chapter 3. Alesia. Alesia rose above the plains like a crown of stone. Steep slopes, narrow approaches, rivers coiling at its base. Its walls enclosed tens of thousands of warriors. Gaul's last hope concentrated in one place. This was where Vercingetorix would stand. When Caesar arrived, he did not attack. He watched, measured the land, the angles, the distances. Then he gave the order. The legions stopped marching and began to dig. Chapter 5. 4. Walls against the world. Rome turned the earth into a weapon. Trenches cut the land in flawless lines. Dirt and timber rose into walls crowned with towers, each placed with mathematical precision. Spikes, pits, and hidden traps transformed the ground itself into a killing field. The first ring closed around Alesia. Then a second ring formed, facing outward. Rome had encircled the city and imprisoned itself with the enemy. From above, the battlefield became a brutal design, Alesia at the center, Rome tightening its grip, and the world gathering beyond. Chapter 5. 5. Starvation. Inside Alesia, time became the executioner. Food vanished, horses were slaughtered. The noise of the city faded as hunger hollowed its defenders. Armor hung loose. Eyes sank deep into bone. At last, desperation forced the unthinkable. The weakest, the old, the wounded, the children, were driven beyond the gates. They walked into no man's land. Rome did not let them pass. They remained trapped between walls, their cries echoing unanswered as both armies watched. The silence that followed was unbearable. Chapter 6. The Gallic Relief Army. Then the horizon moved. From every direction, Gaul answered the call. An ocean of warriors surged forward, shields flashing, banners snapping, war horns tearing the air apart. The largest army Gaul had ever assembled crashed against Rome's outer defences. At the same moment, Alesia erupted from within. Rome stood between two worlds colliding. Steel screamed. Mud swallowed men whole. Days blurred into nights without rest. Blood mixed with rain. Discipline bent, but did not break. Caesar rode where the line faltered, a crimson figure amid chaos, holding the machine together by will alone. The battlefield became a living storm. Chapters 5-7. The final night. Under darkness, the pressure found a weakness. The Gallic assault poured in, driving the Romans back, step by step, breath by breath. Then came Rome's answer. Cavalry thundered downhill, smashing into the Gallic flank with terrifying force. Momentum collapsed. Order dissolved. Retreat became panic. From the walls of Alesia, the truth was impossible to deny. Gaul's last hope was breaking. Chapter 8. Surrender. Morning revealed a field of stillness. The gates of Alesia opened. Vercingetorix emerged alone. He walked forward with measured dignity, removed his weapons, and laid them at Caesar's feet. There was no speech, no ceremony. The war ended in silence. With him, Gaul's resistance ended. Epilogue. The price of empire. Alesia marked the end of an age. Gaul became Roman, its forests cut by roads, its people bound by law, its memory rewritten in Latin. Tribal banners vanished beneath imperial standards. Caesar ensured the story would endure. Clean, precise, Roman. But beneath the triumph lay another truth. At Alesia, Rome did not merely win a battle. It extinguished a dream. The last dream of a free Gaul.